Yes, the rumors are true. I am reviewing Neo 3 as we speak, as I'm currently recording this video. I have the game loaded. Just a little teaser. And in the background, you're going to be watching an amazing showcase from Team Ninja. Tecmo hooked me up with the copy, so I just want to send thank you to them. And this conversation is about the showcase that they presented to us. Want to help newcomers and returning people get involved with this game. And I just want to start off by saying you don't have to play the previous 2 games to play this game. They basically saying you're going to be time traveling. No spoilers there, but you'll be going to different time periods, different realms, and as a soldier who has a very cool storyline, you're going to explore those worlds. And the one thing I want to kind of do is help introduce the game to those who are new, but also give you guys a good showcase about what to expect if you're returning as well, and kind of prepare you along the way. So you're playing a Souls-like game, and probably an argument that it is the best in all of the genre. A lot of people will argue against it. Everybody has their favorites. I'm not here to debate on what you would prefer. I have played all of them on my streams, and you guys have seen that I've enjoyed different versions of Souls-like. But what makes this one special, before we get into the deep dive, is that there's so many mechanics that make it even more fun than most Souls-like. One of the biggest things with Souls-like is its difficulty makes it so that you have to really know your inputs and be strategic about when to attack, how to attack. The biggest problem I've seen since the original versions of those is that it's kind of a waiting game. You strike a bit, lose your stamina, and then you have to fight again. And with Neo, they actually make it so that you can recover your stamina by pulsing. Key pulsing is what it's called. And basically, it's a way to regenerate. It's like regrouping yourself. But instead of regrouping yourself, you're regrouping your stamina. And what happens is the combat just feels so much better. Everything flows so much easier because of this system. And I personally believe that if they continue to do this, we're going to see, you know, more games realize, hey, they're onto something. The gameplay, it's not boring where you're playing a turn-based style game. In this game, you get to control the combat fully. You don't have to wait. And so to me, that is the feature that makes this game stand out even more combat-wise. One of many things. And we're gonna get into like combat and all that good stuff. But yeah, so they incentivize getting aggressive. And this part 3, you know, confirmed that that feature is back. So super excited. And that's what makes this one a little more unique than a lot of other Souls-likes, where you're blocking and dodging and waiting for your stamina and then fighting. This one lets you be aggressive. If you're skilled enough and you're capable, you can do great. That being said, let's get into the game and all the information about it. There's a lot of details. First of all, it's coming out on February 6th, 2026. By the time this video comes out, it'll be about a week and some change before the game officially launches. And by that time, I will be streaming, by the way, on the 8th of January, 28th of January. And then also my review will release on the 4th. So if you want to check it out and see the full details, I'll share all that there when the time comes, and then we'll go from there. And what I want to talk about is basically the overall experience. There's an open area, aka world type of experience you're watching in the background, where you're going to different lands. One land is very green grass, another one is icy, and then they have these crucibles. When they explain the crucibles, it's pretty much the most challenging parts of the game, and you have to clear that area. And of course, this game has these evil creatures that you have to defeat, and then you can clear it, and then you'll open up that specific region more so. And this is story related, of course, which I'm not going to spoil anything, but they confirm that that's what you'll be doing as you go through different time periods and different locations to do so. And it's a big part of the game. And what I love is I've kind of grown more leaning into large areas rather than just open world, one plain like similar area. It's a give or take, but this game does a good job with that as far as the diversity from what you're seeing here. And it should be very interesting for those that don't know. Another big feature is, if you've been watching, one moment I'm a samurai, the next I'm a ninja. And you might wonder, what does that mean and how does that play? I just want to play as my character. You can do this in the middle of combat, during your attacks. You can swap back and forth. And what's amazing about Nioh, which I don't want to kind of leave this out because there's a lot of new players, is that they have stances. So you can do high stance, medium, and low. And all of those stances are very viable, especially in different scenarios. And you can do combinations, switching characters with the different stance and then going into another stance and continuing the flow of your attacks as you play. And to me, this is one of the coolest features in the game that I think they've done, bringing this dual protagonist, because, you know, the traditional samurai style is something we've known, but you're also a ninja who can do amazing stuff. The samurai is going to be more grounded. He has the deflect, he has the high-low stance and all of that good stuff. And it's pretty good for bosses and duels and heavy armor type of playstyle. Meanwhile, on the opposite, the ninja's fast pace. He can do aerial things and a lot more chaotic. He doesn't have stances or anything like that, but he has the ninjutsu, which is using kunai, smoke, bombs, and different things at his disposal, which makes it very cool in my opinion. And that is something I personally love and that I'm into. All right, so much like the previous game, you know, some of this combat may look familiar. The engine is the same engine that they used for part 2, and it's back. And if you know the game, for those that are returning and they're watching this, yes, the game is much like its traditional game, but it's way better. A lot more elements, a lot of cool new things, especially you could see in the background, these fights are special. They just give away so much in this one pack video. Shout out to the people whoever made this. They explain a lot, and everything I'm sharing here, you know, in detail. But you can understand as you see the different world. You're playing in large locations. They're interconnected in different ways, but there are select missions. Like, I want to go to this region, and we'll go there, and then we can go to a different region. And yes, there's loading screens, but that's a part of having the variety and different things like that. So pretty amazing. And then they have, again, which I talked about a little, I don't want to go too deep into it, the Crucibles. One of those things that they explain, there'll be different Crucibles in different areas of the game. And then the biggest one is the story version, which they mentioned. You know, you can go into these Crucibles, fight these different enemy types and different waves of enemies. Very challenging. It can be very interesting for you. And you got to survive, and then you'll get special rewards. It's pretty much what that whole system is explained. And then you go from there. Now, for newcomers, this is a new story, new character. You don't need to worry about anything. Even if I was to like spoil the story from part 1 and 2, it has nothing to do with this game directly. There's plenty of clues and information, if you watch carefully, for those that are returning, of hints of things or people that are hinted at and things like that, which is very cool. Another feature that's amazing is you're capable of playing co-op pretty easily and straightforward. You can literally just do everything together and progress with the feature that they have, or you can do like, hey, come and help me in the specific scenario or the situation. And so for me, that is key and special, and you can try it for yourself and see how you feel about testing that out. And I want to kind of get into a couple of other things that is on the website or in different information that they put out. The biggest one is what you're watching in the background. They really went into detail on what to expect and how to handle these things and how to go forward. But I personally want to get into some of the character elements and things that I've seen and that I really love from here, so that you guys can kind of get an idea of what to expect. So as we know, like the different fighting styles are very critical. And if you're a traditional Souls-like player, you're going to put out the samurai, and you're going to have the deflect, which you can do to parry and to, attack a player, which is still flashy and very well. And with their system that I talked about earlier, you're capable of recovering stamina. So you don't have to just sit around and wait for your stamina to recover. You can actually purposely, consistently have your stamina recovered as you fight. And so those type of things are very key. And there's a lot of weapons in the game, more than ever. All the traditional ones, for those that are returning, are there, but then they added some new ones that you probably never seen before or know about. And there is confirmation that you do have the magical abilities, and you could probably see it in the background where he throws out a giant fireball, or he does some type of summoning of a creature. And there's so many of those things, and they're basically called cores, as a way to enhance your abilities and use the power-ups, because you are fighting these giant creatures that are very extremely dangerous. And as you saw in this video, there's companions. You can call in an AI to help you out, or you can literally just summon something to help you in the fights as well. So all that is there, confirmed, to add extra gameplay. And one of the cool things is that I really love about these games with Nioh is that they let you switch your playstyle. So yes, there's the status. We've seen all the demos. I played them and we were on stream talking about those, but you have builds that you can create, right? If you want to be a magic or intelligence, those will give you good abilities to throw certain items and certain things. And then if you want to be higher in skills, that'll help you with your ninja playstyle, or things of that nature. You can create a build and continuously switch it up and do whatever you're feeling. And that to me is so top tier, because you have a full system to create your playstyle that benefits your way of enjoying the game. To me, that is important. And again, as I said, from the demos that they already put out, as far as the betas, and there's another one coming soon, you can see for yourself which character, which playstyle you want as you go forward. And on that 29th, apologies, I think I said wrong when the demo is coming out. On the 29th demo, you actually can carry over your save file. So I would recommend for anybody that wants to at least just see what the game is offering, get over there and try it out. Build your character, customize your own character look, and then also test out weapons. Personally, I've spent over 10 hours in the full game and still haven't decided which weapon I want to use most. So I'm kind of experimenting still, but it is so much fun to experiment and kind of just test out for both characters, because they're play very different. And I am leaning towards a ninja as my main build, because I love his dashing and just speed is pretty amazing. But yeah, so those are the kind of things you want to think about and sort out as you go forward. There's a big skill tree. We didn't get every reveal for the skill trees, but when I'm allowed, which is on the 28th, I can start showcasing all that and going deep down the rabbit hole on how that all functions, and we'll go from there. There's a lot to reveal that I'm not saying in this video, because I'm under NDA about the full gig version that I've experienced. But hopefully this will hype you up and let you know, like, yeah, they're back. They're fully back. And it's kind of crazy. You know, I've been getting deeper into Soulslike games and there's new versions, but Team Ninja just understands, like, they get it, and they have built something that I hope other games can start using, where you're not just waiting around for your stamina to get back up. You can stay in the fight and gather it by using the key pulse, which I'll do some guides and tips and tricks on that as we go forward. But man, it's an exciting time. So without further ado, thank you guys so much for watching. Last thing I want to mention is, again, the 28th, I'm allowed to stream the game. It's going to be deep dive, so you can ask me all the questions right now in this comments, and then I'll probably, answer them on the stream. And then come the 4th is my review, and I believe possibly on the 4th I'll be able to just start playing and showcasing everything in full detail, so you'll be able to get all the information you need before the game releases, make your own decision on if you want to purchase this, and also come hang with me, man. I'm gonna do a replay, but I'm also want to do a stream where I just carry people, trying out different builds while I carry people. So having fun trying new stuff while I help other people beat the game and stuff like that. So I'm gonna have my fun with it. Pretty amazing time, to say the least. Hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you check out my guides for combat and much more coming up on the channel. You guys take care. See you soon. Peace.